of honor, please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Looks like we are missing Mr. Abendroth. I believe he is ill today. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of Monday, May 18, 2026, as written.
Also move.
I'll second.
Thompson moved. Curry second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? That passes 4-0. We have 5 tax abatements in the total amount of $1,182.34.
There's one of those on the fourth one. The county had row crop. Taxpayers stated that no row crop in the area visible from the entrance of the road. Anybody know what that means?
I don't know exactly what it means.
And it's not a massive amount of money, but I didn't.
I don't.
Do you want me to get the appraiser down?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
You could just explain it so everybody knows.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
I'll call her out real quick for somebody.
I'm guessing classified different type of
I
acre or
don't know
something.
unless there's a fence line put in different or what.
Yeah,
Try to figure
Now,
out.
yeah.
is row actually in reference to a row crop, or is it right away?
I don't know.
So,
All the rest of them appeared to be that the condition of the property has
Right.
drastically changed.
Right.
right.
I was fine with them, but I did notice what you're talking about.
But the total dollar amount of this one in question is what, $22.84. It's not much, but still, there needs to be an explanation.
Hello. Wait, can you come and explain it's not the statement? I don't know what it is, but.
How you, sir?
I'm good.
Good.
Always enjoyed the drive over here. Always take that back route.
I see.
Yeah. It's a little more scenic.
A lot more scenic. The turnpike or the highway.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Okay.
Thank you.
Miss Angie, could you help me?
Sure.
I don't know what I've done. I touched it, I think.
You have the magic touch.
Yeah. You screw something up.
Well, is the other one on there? It should be on already.
It's got. Oh, there.
There you go.
I got it.
Okay, I'll get this one back up.
Technology is always wonderful until it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Depend on it pretty heavily.
We do.
Then it lets us down.
We do so many Zoom hearings anymore.
I'll bet, yeah.
Kind of nice though, because you don't waste a bunch of paper.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's great, here.
Save
I'm-
money.
No, I like it.
Here we
Yeah.
go, you can put that one back over there in case,
Oh,
what that is.
thank you.
While we're waiting on Connie,
It's actually gonna be Kara.
it's gonna be Kara.
Kara didn't, she
Okay.
didn't answer, so.
There's we have a couple other miscellaneous motions. Here's a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the agricultural risk coverage county option known as ARC-CO and price loss coverage which is PLC, election and contract through the Farm Service Agency under the USDA.
This is an annual thing we do.
Yeah.
It's every year.
If I recall right, that's some land out by Wolf Creek or
Uh-huh.
something, and that's just the extension service is involved in.
Yes.
That's what I seem to remember.
You guys wanna see it?
They kind of, I guess, manage it somehow or
Yeah.
something.
It's, it's in a program out there.
Do I?
It's in a program.
It is, yeah, there's some farm ground, there by the lake. I'll make that motion, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Okay, McCurry moved. I will second. Any further any discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Anybody opposed? That passes 4-0. And, yeah.
I think you need to sign that then, Mark.
Yes. I would entertain a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the letter to the Kansas Department of Commerce requesting a 60-day extension of the construction contract execution deadline for the CDBG ECDC-USD 243.
What's up with having an extension on it?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, here's a letter about it. It's necessary to accommodate a minor schedule adjustment associated with the administrative leadership transition within the partner in USD.
Is that on the library thing?
That early childhood center.
Oh.
Medical arts clinic.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Do you want to see the letter?
Remodeling.
You're remodeling.
I mean, the letter's on the pad, but I can't blow up. Okay.
And
It is
if you
small.
have more questions, Garrett is available to explain that to you. He just couldn't be here today, but we can get him on the phone.
Okay.
But they said they needed to do that for some reason with the construction of it or something. So it's just kind of a formality that needs to be done.
Sorry about that.
Been drinking too much.
I got the lid.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, there's a motion there, so you guys okay, Bill, second it? Okay.
Who
I'll-
moved?
I'll move, Parker seconded. Excuse me. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0. Okay, let's go back up. County appraisers. They're both here. We had a question on one of the tax abatements. Well, for us, it's the fourth one. It has to do with the crop. Sorry. The comment says it's on the 11/13/27th road. You got that? Yeah, the comments about it says county had row crop. Is that right of way or row
No,
crop?
it's crop.
Row crop.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is crop.
County have row crop. Taxpayer states there's no row crop in the area visible from the entrance to the road.
So we corrected that.
We just wanted further clarification on that.
We corrected that.
Okay.
So what does it mean by visible from the entrance of the road?
From when we go by and stuff, it depends on our map. It depends on our map,
We were evidently thought there was crop out there, and it could have been before, and we never realized that it got changed back to grass.
I see. Okay, okay.
Okay, so they just changed it back.
Yeah, so we changed it back to grass.
That just changes the evaluation.
Right, because
Yeah.
grass is,
From row crop to
grass
grass,
is
right?
slower than
Right,
crop.
right, okay.
Yeah,
But you use aerial photographs
yes,
too?
we go out
And
and we use
determine
aerial.
and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We were just curious what it meant, it's no big deal.
I think it was only $22 and some change, but we
Any
just
other
wanted to make sure we
questions?
understood it.
I don't think
And,
so.
well, I think we might have one other question, but, as far as abatements go, I'd entertain a motion to approve 5 tax abatements in the amount of $1,182.34.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Ken McCurry moved, Thompson seconded. Any discussion, further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, that passes 4-0. Yeah, we had one other motion, and I think we did this last year again, on the consulting agreement with McCauley and
Yes.
Associates.
Yes, it's just we do it yearly, and we have to approve the contract each year.
And you basically provide them data, and then they
Yes,
update those files. Does anybody have any questions on that, or?
yeah. It's cheaper than hiring somebody in person.
Right. I remember that discussion last year. So, okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the consulting agreement for the 2027 valuation year with McCauley and Associates, with the county providing sufficient staff for data collection needs and adequate access to Orion files and information in the total amount of $20,500 to be billed monthly at the rate of $1,708.33, and will provide a monthly progress report. Funds to come from the general fund, appraiser department, contractual line item. Is there a motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Thompson moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
They opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Any
you.
other, anything else?
I think we're good.
No,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah.
Do you wanna hold off?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on the other ones, and we'll move to our 9 to 5 appointment with, Legal Services, Ty Wheeler. Got a budget request for 2027?
I do.
All right.
Could you just pass those all around? I want to start by reminding everybody that we are a statewide not-for-profit law firm. That means we operate under the same rules as every other law firm here in town. We just don't try to make a lot of money at doing it. And we're pretty good at not making a lot of money doing it. We pretty much have to break even every year. I think I increased the request to Coffee County by about $500, and that's really the cost of gas and the cost of employees. We've had a heck of a time keeping employees in Emporia. Young attorneys don't want to come to Emporia very often. We've been 1 to 2 attorneys short, going on 3 years now. Last year, from January to this January, we had Brian Henderson, the county attorney over in Chase County now, filled in for a year. And he helped us out quite a bit because he was experienced. And so I could just send him off for new things without supervising him. And then this year, we're 1 attorney short. We just hired a new attorney who grew up in Emporia, went to Emporia State, and then moved to Maine and got her license in Maine and scored high enough on the bar she just reciprocates in. So if she can pass the character and fitness part of the bar, I think she will be signed in, no problem. I'll go through the numbers we had this year. We had about total people represented in Coffee County were 16. I don't think that 3 is right. It's not. So forgive me, I mistyped that or something, or added wrong, or when I do my own work, sort of not as good. But we don't have as many cases over here as we had last year, mostly because we don't have a contract with the city anymore, or don't contract with the city anymore to do state court representations, because we just don't have the staff to do it. I wish we could. I enjoy going to the municipal court over here. I enjoy Judge Campbell, and he's actually quite active with legal services. He's been on our board. He runs our annual trivia contest and writes all the trivia questions. And they're very good trivia questions. We did 2 divorces, 7 PFAs, 1 guardianship, and actually we got another one that's lasted over 2 years, and 2 expungements, and 1 disability case where we were successful. We used to do a whole bunch of disability cases in Lyon County, and we transferred them, the adult cases, to Wichita, Topeka, and Kansas City, because that's where the hearings are held. And we find out it's a little bit easier to make arrangements for the attorneys to drive 10 minutes instead of, an hour and a half. So we still brought in Coffee County about $250,000 to the county for that 1 case that we won. I feel pretty good about that. That really helps that family out, and probably will want more money than that in the long run, because we limit it to 3 years, because that's how long Social Security goes in between reviews. So if they get on, they're usually on for at least 3 years, and they review the case. So we just limit it to 3, but a lot of people just stay on, and some people start when they're a child, stay on it until they're adults. We try not to compete with the local attorneys, although anymore that's not as big a deal because there's not as many attorneys around looking for cases. There's more clients than there are attorneys.
Pretty scarce.
Yeah, I mean, we've practiced in 7 counties, and in Chase County and Morris County, there's the county attorney. There's not another practicing attorney. The others are retired or don't do legal work. Bill Casabon is an attorney over in Morris County, but he mostly does ranching, and he comes in and advises the county commission. But otherwise, I think Laura Vire is the only one living in town now. Marion County, I think we're down to 3. Lyon County, when I joined the bar, in 33 years now, hard to believe I've been here that long, but it's been 33 years. When I joined the bar, there were like 56 attorneys on the Lyon County, Chase County bar. They're now down to 19. My office has 3 of those 19. The county attorney's office has 5 of those 19. That means there's not a lot of attorneys coming to employ you. More people are retiring than are coming to town. And that means there's more need for our services. We try to be the attorneys who are there for people who can't afford an attorney anywhere else. They can't find one. They can't pay one. Oftentimes, I will get a call from a private attorney and he'll say, "Hey, Ty, this lady is here. She's been abused. I can't take a fix. She can't pay my retainer." And I'll say, "Have her do an application and we'll see if we can help her." And a lot of times we can. Sometimes I get somebody that walks in the door and I help them out with the PFA, but they want to get a divorce, and I'm like, "You've got $1 million estate between you and your husband. You can hire an attorney. And if not, you can work with an attorney to get some of those funds to the attorney." So it works out pretty well. We try to be very active in our community. One of the requirements for every attorney is to have civic duties. I don't remember how many boards I've been on, but just about every not-for-profit towns I've sat on their board. But that's about it. If you have questions, I'd like to know.
A friend of mine recently talked to an attorney in Emporia, and they were 6 months out.
Oh, yeah.
With them.
Yep. There are, right now, because we're turning short, we put certain cases just on hold. We have started doing a lot more expungements. I've done more expungements in the last 2 years than I've done in my 32 years before that. The reason being is, we got a call one day. Well, I got a call from Richard Porter. He was a pretty big rancher over in Emporia. He used to be an attorney, became a rancher. And he called up and said, "Hey, do you guys do expungements?" I said, "No, really, we don't have the funding to do them. We'd like to do them every once in a while. We do them if it's a real special need case." He said, "Okay." And a couple of days later, the Community Foundation called and said, "Hey, we got $50,000 worth of soybeans in the elevator. They're for you." "What?" "Mr. Porter donated them for you. So we're going to have them sold, and then we're going to get that $50,000 and give it to you for doing expungements." And Mr. Porter wanted to do that because he had paid for an expungement for one of his employees. And it changed his employee's life. I mean, it didn't really change anything about what he's working, but he went from feeling like he was a criminal to feeling like a good person again. And it really changed his attitude, made him a lot better employee. And so Richard came in and wanted to do that, and he's been giving us, well, $50,000 a year for the Emporia area, and $100,000 a year, or $50 more thousand, it can be used anywhere in the state. And we've started doing a lot of expungement clinics. We have a whole bunch of volunteer attorneys come in to sit down and do a clinic. I think we've got one scheduled maybe coming up here. I don't know. I can't remember where they're all scheduled. But like we do one down in Wichita with the Coke, and their attorneys. So anyway, it's been fun.
Said in 2025 you had 16 representations. What about previous to that, like in 2024 or 2023?
Coffee County has gone up and down, up and down. A lot of it depends on who calls in and asks for help, because you sort of have to financially qualify for us to help you. And we sit down every year with SOS and their board members, and we come up with priorities for domestic cases. And we will say, well, these cases we're going to take every time. These cases we might take if we have staff and available time. These cases we're not going to touch. If I have a young lady says, "Hey, I need to get divorced so I can marry my new boyfriend. My husband is in prison and he's probably going to be there for the next 10 years. I'm probably telling her, "No, I'm not going to help you with that one. You can do that one yourself." But if somebody comes in and says, "Hey, my child is being abused, I'm being abused," we're on it in a heartbeat. And that's a lot of things that bring us over here, is domestic violence. I mean, I didn't know anything about domestic violence when I came out of law school. My senior or third year in law school, I took a case and, interviewed a young lady, gave her some paperwork, told her she should come back and fill it out. And apparently her husband found it. My second meeting with her was in Lawrence Memorial Hospital. He had broken her leg, fractured her orbital, and I think broke her wrist. And we filed paperwork and took everything from him. And we wheeled her in for the first hearing in a wheelchair. And the judge says, "I don't want to hear from you," to the husband. "You've done enough talking with your fists." And that was my first experience really with it. I grew up with parents that, they may have had one or two verbal arguments in front of me, but hardly ever anything like that. And now that I've been doing this for years, it amazes me the amount of abuse that goes on out there between families, especially abuse on kids. That's probably the area where I specialize in. I love doing child need care cases. And Wade knows I'm a sucker for trying to help people who are in bad domestic situations. I've got one going on over here right now that we just talked about. So, it's what we do, but the numbers go up and down. It depends just on who calls in and who doesn't. Like this year, we had 21 rejects. That means there were 21 people who called in and couldn't help them. We don't have the staff or resources to help everybody who calls in. I wish we did. ABA did a study a few years ago, and they found that, well, most legal aid staffs are understaffed by about 80%. So we've got about 2 of the 5 attorneys we need. So it's tough. Especially tough in Kansas.
I think you provide a necessary service,
Thank you.
so thank you.
You want to say something?
It's probably a loaded question, but the time commitment it takes, I mean, the numbers of cases, we'll talk about Coffee County, and for example, the case you just referenced, or some of the others that we've talked about, they're not cases that just, you go in and, like a speeding diversion, you're in and out, they take
Yeah.
immense amount of
Our
time.
office handles about 600 cases a year, and some of those are traffic, juvenile, criminal, and they go really fast. But some of the other cases that we do on the domestic side or on the civil side last a long dang time. I mean, I've got one guardianship that I've been involved with over here that's been going on 4 or 5 years, and it doesn't show up on my numbers for over here except for on open cases. But, you know, it doesn't count as a number until I get it closed. And this other one, I think, is going to go on for over a year. And it's probably going to keep going. So, I spend a lot of time doing this. I mean, you know, I probably work 60 hours a week. Mostly because I love it. I don't love the personnel and I don't like budgeting. I've even got where I sort of like doing this. When I first did it, I didn't like it at all. And I remember I came in front of this commission, and somebody said, "What is your economic impact?" I'm like, "Hell, I know. I'm getting a lot of people divorced." And on Social Security cases, I went back and figured it out. And on Social Security cases, one year we made about $4 million in fees for our clients. And it was like, I think we're putting more into the community than we're getting out. So,
Right.
But I appreciate Coffee County's support over the years.
Any other questions for Mr. Wheeler?
As I say, every year, their request is woefully low and much less than what the service they provide should be, but I think you do that, you come in with a servant heart and you're doing it for the right reason.
Yep, we try to. And there are a lot more cases where we provide advice. We stopped doing advices in the local offices as much. We are now have a central intake with 2 attorneys working full-time, and all they do is provide advice. And I would think it would be a very boring job. I like going to court, but they just sit around, answer the phones, and call after call comes into them, and they give advice. Oh, you haven't been living in Kansas long enough to file divorce. You need to be here at least, kids need to be here 6 months. Those sort of questions.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your week.
I'll give you a call and give you a call.
We're almost to 9:30, but move on to Rec Center, Scott Jeffers and Ken Foy.
We're trying to decide who's gonna do the talking.
Good tag team.
I'm back up, guys.
I think this is the first time I've been in front of the commission. I don't know, did you print it out the way?
Yeah, there were 76 of them. Well, there was 6 of them.
We're not very special.
Mike's not here, otherwise he might be.
Yeah, I'd make sure that they,
County clerk is.
There was one for the clerk and one for the 5 commissioners.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm with the Rec Commission, as hopefully you know, but, back in about 2010, I started having concerns about the ball field lighting poles in the city of Burlington. And, had discussions with the city of Burlington at that time, and they'd had a study done on the poles and felt like they were still sufficient and, would last a while. We had our own study done, and they were skeptical on that. And so we started saving money for new ball field lighting and poles at the city parks. And we've been putting back money every year for that project. Until about 3 years ago, we had to have new light bulbs put into the fixtures on the parks. And Schumann Electric was here, and they told us at that time, you really need to get these poles changed out. And, you know, liability issues, once you know there's a concern, it's time to get something done. So we went out and got bids for new lighting. Got a bid from Geosport Lighting, which is the information you got there, and we've also got bids from Musco Lighting, which a lot of people know that name, Musco Lighting. The Geosport bid was considerably lower than the Musco bid. It was about 25% cheaper than the Musco Lighting. But the Rec Commission went ahead and had the project completed. That job was done back in, just 2-3 months ago.
Yeah,
when it finished up. But, and when we were designing the project, we designed it specifically to take into consideration events that are happening at the grandstands at Kelly Park. You know, the Derby, the fair, all that stuff. Our previous lighting there, you know, we got lighting on the grandstands, but it was kind of a spillover lighting. This new system has lights specifically dedicated for the grandstands. The city of Burlington helped us do this project. They are providing $150,000 over the next 7 years. But we're hopeful that the county sees a need and maybe could help us with at least the Kelly Park part of the project. Anything else, Kent?
Only thing I've got is, I say, we're, you know, any consideration would be wonderful from the county. And we're not asking for you to reduce the city's parks allocations or anything like that. We don't want that to mess up because they have other projects with that. Even though it's on city ground, the city they helped again with the project, but it's basically our responsibility because the rec center does it. And that's why we wanted to make sure, like when the horse arena's using it and stuff, those lights can be individually turned on and off, so it's not like it's, you know, we're gonna end, it went all LED lighting, so they're on and off, a lot less power consumption and stuff too. So we just have a safer system for the next 25-year warranty on these things, so. Like I say, we understand Jones and Katy might not be in consideration because that's pretty much city oriented, but there are a lot of county things that go on that are outside of the rec center's usage. So we're just asking for any consideration that might be given. Not expect anything to Jay. I mean, you know, whatever you guys have to talk about and stuff and go from there. Be nice if Mike would have been here to hear it too, but I can catch him at the office.
So what's your figure that you're looking for Kelly Park?
Well, Kelly Park the total for Kelly was $354,008. That's the first number. That's the first page. The entire project was $596,625. That's the Geosport part of it, and then $150,000 for the electrician installation. Again, any percentage would help.
Haven't you already paid for those?
We have.
We
have paid for this.
Yeah,
Again, with the money we have set back for a period, it would just be something that could go back into our capital outlay, that we could continue to improve stuff in the district, so. Yes, we did not we considered financing a couple times, and it just didn't make any sense if we had the money sitting there.
Sure.
So, it's not just ball field lights then, right?
It's ball field lights at, Katie and Jones. And at Kelly, see, the old lights used to be behind the stadiums and stuff. These lights have been moved up, and then we have lights directed, like, you know, not obviously, Kelly, West is more ball field. But then, you know, Kelly East has the stadium lights as well. You know, during the fair, you know, every evening, all the ball field lights are on. You know, 100%, both fields and stuff. So it also would help sell for the arenas, you know, when the horses are and stuff down, when they have their rodeos and stuff. But, yeah, it's mainly ball field, around the ball field, but it's protecting the stadium and stuff well. We've got some stadium lighting included in that Kelly part.
Right. You know, we understand that the vast majority of the usage of these lights is our usage. You know, probably 90. I don't know what the
Maybe
number
90%,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. But when we designed it, we thought it was important that we took into consideration the Derby and any other events that are going on at those grandstands. So, you know, in my opinion, to answer your question, you know, if you guys could consider 10% of the Kelly Park number, or somewhere in that range, to help us there, we could.
Talking $35,000.
Somewhere in there,
You know,
yeah.
some kind of number. That's
Yeah.
Anything obviously would be,
Yeah.
we thankful.
Yeah, we're not looking for half of it or anything like that, I think.
Yeah, and to be fair, we want to be fair, I mean, you know, knowing that we're using this at 90%,
Yeah.
85, whatever that number happens to be.
And that's when we talked about financing and what do we ask the city for? Well, you know, even though it's city property at this point, you know, because they're on city fields, but, we didn't feel like it was fair to ask them to pay for half of it because they don't use the lights very often. It's us that are using the lights.
Were they receptive to contributing to?
Yeah, they did. When we went and talked to them, they came up, we told them anything would be helpful, and we met with their parks committee, and again, that was something that Kevin wanted to reiterate. He didn't want to make sure if we'd come to the county that it would affect his budget through the city. But
Can you share with us what they contributed?
$150,000 over seven
Yeah.
years.
7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're making,
So they spaced that.
yeah, they spent theirs over a 7-year period.
right.
Just with their budget, so, and, they're receptive, we met with the committee, they were good, they took it to the, the council, I think, 1 or 2 weeks after that, and that's the number they came up with and let us know. And they made their first payment, about a month ago on that, so we're gonna get an annual payment from them for 7 years.
I wonder, does Jones Trust ever do anything for projects like this, or is that just for new construction, or?
They've kind of gotten away from ball field stuff. They used to pay for a lot of turf and, you know,
Dirt, that kind of
it's
stuff.
mainly now, you know, academics and medical and
I see,
they've kind of gotten away from ball fields.
I see. Well, I know they've got a huge amount of money that they try to find homes for. I was just curious if that was used for that.
Yeah, we're just grateful for any consideration you guys come with it, you know, and if you decide not to, that's okay too, because we paid for them, we just wanted to make sure the county had a, you know, knowing that we have some county events that are being used for that, so, I mean,
That's right.
it'll make a big difference. I think this year, when you see the fair, the lighting difference from prior years, people are gonna say that, you know, a lot safer for them, the lights are completely different bright-wise, and they don't have the spillover effect into other housings around, because they're more directed lighting and stuff, so,
It sounds like it'll be a big improvement.
yeah.
Does have any other questions for them?
Thank you, guys.
We'll take
Thank
that.
you.
You bet. Thank you guys for
Thank
your
you.
time, appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you, Tom. See you later.
Right. Well, Tom, got you scheduled for 10, but how's 9:39 sound?
Take what I can get. I typed that up, I don't know if that'll help you or hurt you. Give that, you kinda passed it around, I didn't make copies for everybody. All this is, gentlemen, is,
That's fine.
I'm here to talk to you about the replacement vehicle for, one of my deputies that was hit up on the interstate. Insurance came back, it's totaled, of course. We sure hoped it would be rather than try to fix something, but, so we called Cromartie, that's where we originally bought it from. Cromartie found us one, they went and got it, it's sitting down on their lot. to 2026, the same as what was wrecked. So I'm here to recommend that we spend $58,600 on a replacement 2026 Chevy Tahoe. To replace this, then when insurance pays off, I can replenish my budget.
So what's the insurance gonna pay on, 100%?
I have no idea. Still waiting on them to tell us that. They just told us it's total. So I've got money in my budget. We can pay for it, and whatever doesn't come in, that's the price I pay for having it in the vehicle.
What year?
2026.
So they should cover, they should.
But yeah, I hope they pay for everything, but you know, insurance companies, who knows?
Wasn't it Progressive that they had?
Yeah, we're hoping Flow pays off.
Yeah. Hoping.
Yeah, hoping that Flow pays off, yeah.
I wouldn't think there'd be any question on
The
that.
EMC is the one that we've been working with, that's helped us out, and they're gonna try to get back our $5,000 deductible, everything, but I've got money in my budget to pay for it. I just wanna be able to say that when that reimbursement comes in, I can replenish my budget.
Right.
Because of the wreck, so.
How many miles did you have on it? Do you know?
Less than 6,000 had one oil change. One oil change, Wade, thanks for bringing it up, I was in a good mood. I was in a good mood this morning.
That'll be some good salvage for somebody.
So,
Somebody who's wanting to retire in it.
oh, I'm telling you, it's twisted and all, everything's pushed in. I'm sure you think I'm exaggerating. They're gonna have to jaws of life to pull the doors open on that passenger side to get stuff out of it. I mean, it's totally, the rear tires, of course, gone, broke off, it's hanging, but, yeah, we're hoping that Flow pays off, well on this.
Cromati's got the vehicle now, I mean.
Cromartie found one for us, had it here in a
Replace
couple-
that vehicle and then reimburse on the.
Yeah, it was a little less than $1,000, from what we paid
Right.
at the beginning of the year. But it's there, they had one, it's the same police model. We purchased it from them, that's why I asked them to get us another one. We had the opportunity, I'm gonna go back over to Andover to get one, but it was originally purchased from them, so I asked them to find us one.
Are Progressive gonna be able to help transfer your equipment that's salvageable?
So everything in it, we're believing is gonna be okay. And so we've already taken it to Andover, who does our, we call it de-install, and they're gonna jerk everything out of it and wait, then we'll take this truck out and they'll put it in. And then we're hoping that
So your
Progressive will.
belief, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but your belief that the equipment and everything is still intact, it's just the automobile that took.
I like you, okay, I really do. Don't bring in something that's gonna cost me more money. Now, we don't believe that anything's hurt.
Okay.
There may be a light on the very back corner where it was hit, but all of the radios, there was a bracket on the rear camera that's tweaked and had to be replaced,
Right.
but, I mean, it's less than $1,000.
Sure.
So I think that everything inside is gonna be fine.
The expensive parts should be.
This is a $58,000 vehicle that that was hit, absolutely. Everything else,
Yeah, but I
we
mean,
can
all
fix.
that stuff inside's expensive. too.
oh, sir,
Yeah.
very expensive, but that stuff wasn't damaged other than a couple of brackets.
Okay.
Now, some harnesses may have to, if they have to literally cut open doors, you know, they might tear up some harnesses, we have to replace some wire harnesses, but other than that, the equipment itself, we believe is fine. It just,
You think Flow's gonna pay for the de-install and reinstall, or are we gonna?
sir, if they don't, our county counselor, I believe, would hopefully send them a letter telling them that we're gonna sue their ass, because this is, I mean, you know, come on. We got the video and everything showing him just going off the shoulder, bang. What are you gonna argue, Flo?
Yeah.
Pay us for what?
Weigh it up.
That's right.
Excellent.
So that's all we're at right now, so, I don't know if that's worth a darn what I sent you there. Thank you. You want that?
Oh, Brad's written us up a pretty detailed, motion. Are you done, Brad?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's probably got everything.
Okay, upon the recommendation from Sheriff Johnson, I will move to approve purchase of a 2026 Chevy Tahoe, last four of the VIN being 7012, from Cromartie Chevrolet for the cost of $58,600 to replace a 2026 Tahoe, which has been deemed totaled after being struck while parked on I-35 on May 8th, 2026. The purchase to be paid from the Sheriff's Office 2026 budget with a reimbursement when paid by the insurance company.
I'll second that.
Okay, Thompson seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes
If anybody knows Flo, call and tell her, give me a check, so.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Right, thank you.
I'm just the bookkeeper, but that was a stunningly awful chain of events up there.
Oh, sir, it's scary.
We're just lucky nobody was seriously injured.
That'd be correct, sir.
All right, we're gonna move on to we'll go back to the two miscellaneous motions that we skipped over.
I hit the wrong button on my canvas, so I don't know where they are.
They're up toward, you're almost there.
Well,
Go down. There you go. Okay, I would entertain a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the Coffee County payroll notice for Jordan Shepherd, jail lieutenant, step change, grade change, it's a promotion subject to regular IPP wage classification from 40-5 to 45-5, wage $25.46 to $27.09, effective May 1, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
McCurry moved, Thompson seconded. Any discussion?
What's the reasoning for the grade change?
Just going to that next step where I pay my,
But he's at 5 right now, so.
I'm sorry, I don't understand, Scott. Or Todd.
There's a promotion, right?
Yes, it's promotion.
For, what's
Here's
the
your-
grounds for the
Is
promotion?
this?
I just made some changes in the jail, and the person that had that moved down to a regular corrections officer, so I had to promote somebody to take that
So they
position.
moved down.
That's correct. Correct.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0. Then I would entertain a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the Coffee County payroll notice for Scarlett Enriquez, jail, central control, transfer from kitchen cook, title change only, wage classification from 20-1 to 20-1, wage is $18.41 to $18.41, effective May 11, 2026.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Thompson moved, McCurry second. Any discussion?
I'm here again. I thought Benchmark was doing all of her kitchen work.
It's my kitchen, kitchen work.
And then what's,
She didn't want to do kitchen work, so I hired her for a vacant position in the jail.
it says job title cook.
Well, it's transfer from kitchen cook. She's central control, jail central control is the new title, right?
Correct.
That's
I
the new
didn't see
title.
that.
From
Oh,
the
okay, up there,
kitchen
central
cook.
control.
Yeah,
Okay.
from kitchen cook.
Does that mean she's behind the controls?
Sitting back there on a computer, yeah.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0. And I think that takes care of all our miscellaneous motions. How about, anybody want to take a break, or you want? All right, I think we will recess until 9:55. And we'll come back and we can take Ryan up at that time unless he's. All right, it's 9:55, we're back in session. We're gonna go to our 10:30 appointment with Road and Bridge Superintendent Ryan Durst.
Okay, we're out of internet, so I don't know, I won't be able to type anything there, so you won't see anything showing up, but I will put it in after we get there, so.
Okay.
Yeah. I went to call Adam and the phone was dead. I'm like, oh, we must have internet issues. But the Wi-Fi must be working because you're getting out.
Yeah.
Okay, hope it continues to work. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, good morning.
Right.
So we did have one call out this weekend for tree down around Leroy, and we got that taken care of. Did get our dust controls completed last Friday, so things went pretty smooth. Weather cooperated well this year. Got done timely manner, so that's always nice. Weather cooperates. Just an update on B2, the bridge on Olivet Road. So that started here a few weeks ago. The demo's down on that, and all the major dirt work's done. So I think the bridge builders are supposed to be moving in today or tomorrow and start getting things set up, start constructing the bridge. Coming along nicely. Several motions. A lot of these first ones are just summer help. First one is just a CB2 for Jake Lizer for summer help, bringing him in as a seasonal light equipment operator for the asphalt crew.
All right, I would entertain a motion to authorize the direct chairman to sign the CP2 for Jake Lizer, seasonal light equipment operator, highway. Wage classification 20-01, wage $18.41, effective May 18, 2026. Number of hours worked not to exceed 560.
I'll move.
Thompson moved, McCray seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you. The next one is for Tate Souter, summer help for the asphalt crew.
Okay. To entertain a motion to authorize the direct chairman to sign the CP2 for Tate Souter, labor crew member, highway. Wage classification 5-01, wage $15.96, effective May 18, 2026. Number of hours worked not to exceed 560.
So, I'll second it, that's all right.
Okay, McCurry moved, Barker seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you. Next one would be CP2 for Zeri DeWitt for labor crew member for the asphalt.
Leonard, are all these guys first year or first summer work?
No, Jake Lizer's, he's returned.
Okay.
He's actually been out the landfill the last 2 years.
18.
But he's going to be working on the asphalt crew this year. The rest of these are, the rest of these 4 will be first time.
Sorry. You say Zeri DeWitt?
Yes, sir.
I'd entertain a motion to authorize the direct chairman to sign the CP2 for Zeri DeWitt, labor crew member, highway. Wage classification 5-01, wage $15.96, effective May 18, 2026. Number of hours worked not to exceed 560.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Thompson moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes
On
4-0.
on the form underneath their hiring date and everything, it says number of hours worked not to exceed 1,000. Is it 560 or 1,000?
It should be 560 on these. I mean, it might say 1,000, but realistically, it's going to be like 300 hours, and they'll go back to college or to college.
Historically, lots of times it said 1,000.
Well, yeah, it depends if they're not going to be going to college or back to high school in August. We would put them down for 1,000 hours to try to keep
Yeah,
as long
just
as
a
we
max
can.
limitation.
Yeah.
All these CPs are saying that's typed in not to exceed 1,000.
Okay. Well, usually we would put 560 in there, but I don't think that matters, like I
Gonna be
said,
less than
it's
that.
gonna be, yeah, it'll be less than the 560, honestly.
Yeah, I see it.
Says not to exceed 1,000 there.
Did you guys put that little blurb in, not to exceed 1,000 on there? Okay.
Well, we said not to exceed 560 on the motion.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
The motions say 560, and the
Okay.
CP2 sheets say 1,000.
Okay, so, do you want me to put 560 on the CP2? Okay.
Yes.
Since we made the motion.
So we'll just,
Yeah.
can we mark through it then, and?
Yeah,
Just so
sorry.
they agree.
No, sorry about that, overlooked that.
Good catch.
I think we did Zeri, correct?
Yes, we're ready for Ben?
Yeah,
Is
the
that
next
right?
one is Ben Matty, the labor crew member for the asphalt crew.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the CP2 for Ben Matty, labor crew member, highway. Wage classification 5-01, wage $15.96, effective May 18, 2026. Number of hours worked not to exceed 560.
I'll move.
I'll second. So McCurry moved, Peterson seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody
Aye.
opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you. The next one will be a CP2 for Daniel Roush, and this would be a labor crew member, and this would be for surveyors, inspectors, and sign persons, so we kind of help with all three of those positions.
Can entertain a motion to authorize and direct chairman to sign the CP2 for Daniel Roush, labor crew member, highway. Wage classification 5-01, wage $15.96, effective May 18, 2026. Number of hours worked not to exceed 560.
I'll move.
Second.
Thompson moved, Barker seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
All right, thank
Okay, I
you.
don't see the, oh wait, okay, you're on,
That was Roush.
on console, there's not 1,000, is he, okay, that's a different thing.
That's different.
Okay.
And the last summer help, was gonna be a CP2 for Keegan Strotter. This would be a seasonal light equipment operator, and he's actually gonna be, mowing on asphalt, mower operator for the summer.
Okay, I will make a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the CP2 for Keegan Strotter, seasonal light equipment operator, highway, wage classification 20-01, wage $18.41, effective May 18, 2026. Number of hours worked not to exceed 560.
So moved.
I moved. Barker seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you. Next is, I've got a CP2 for Gavin Conkle, and this would be moving him from a light equipment operator off of the asphalt crew to a truck driver 1. It's a lateral move, no wage change, just a job title change.
I would entertain a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the CP2 for Gavin Conkle, CDL truck driver 1, highway. It's a crew transfer, wage classification 30-04 to 30-04, and wage from $21.86 to $21.86, effective May 16, 2026.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Thompson moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0. How many summer help do you have?
This is going to make 9. I mean, we're clear, we've hired up to 10, but we're gonna wind up with 9 this year, is what we'll have. Next is a motion, advertise to hire equipment operator for the asphalt crew. This would be Gavin's position.
Okay, based upon the recommendation of the road and bridge superintendent, I will move to advertise and hire one equipment operator. This request will fill a current vacant position within the department.
I'll second.
Okay, Peterson moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you. Next, I have a motion to advertise the bid. This would be for an asphalt project, shoulder widening project up on Old 50. It'd be 1 mile, from Links Road to Highway 75. And so we're going out to bid and basically be the same process. The project that was done there a couple of years ago to get that shoulder widened out. So just looking to get that 1 mile
Finished up.
All right. I would entertain a motion that based upon the recommendation of the road and bridge superintendent to request to solicit sealed bids for A2605-C hot mix asphalt project, approximately 1 mile of 3-foot widening and 2-inch hot mix overlay on Old 50 Highway from Links Road to 75 Highway. Funds to be paid from the Special Highway Improvement Project.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, McCurry moved, Parker seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
They opposed?
Ryan, that'll be done the exact
Passes
same way
4-0.
last time.
Yes, so basically we'll go in and saw cut that entire mile at 9 foot, and then they'll excavate down 12 inches, and then they'll start coming back up with 6 inches of compacted AB3, 6 inches of base asphalt. Then there's a fabric that kind of joins the seam there from the new widening to the existing, like 3 foot wide, I believe. And then there's a 2-inch overlay that goes over everything, and some shoulder rock to bring that.
Bring the shoulder.
Next, got a motion to advertise the bid. This is for our shoulder striping. I've kind of discussed particular to that earlier on through our project book, but roughly about 100 miles of striping this year. One big change will just be the white lines that we're going from 4-inch to a 6-inch line.
Good.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that'll help a lot. Especially for
Yeah.
old guys.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm
Trust me, it's me.
I'm talking.
Okay. Okay, I'd entertain a motion based upon the recommendation of the road and bridge superintendent to approve the request for authorization to solicit sealed bids for approximately 100 miles of highway paint striping S2601-C at several locations in the county.
I'll move.
I'll second it. Thompson moved, Parker seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you. And the next motion would be to sign the contracts. This would be for the asphalt project down on the St. Louis Road with APAC Shoes.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign contract documents with APAC Kansas Incorporated Shears Division for hot mix project number A2602-C.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Thompson moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
You say that's on the St. Louis Road?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. Next, it'll be a change order, approving a change order for the airport. This will be on phase 1, and this is a deduction of $18,000 $18,970.46. And that's just basically due to, kind of where the tie-in of phase 1 and phase 2 was. Originally, they had a big cul-de-sac that was gonna be there, so there's less material being used on phase 1. This is just, for that.
Get my original page back. There we go. I would entertain a motion for the board to approve and for the chairman to sign change order number 9 regarding construction related to CDBG Airport Access Road Phase 1 for a decreased amount of $18,970.46. Parker moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Yeah, I'll move that.
Passes 4-0.
Airport station.
Yeah.
When are they gonna get that dirt moved out there this summer when everything gets dried out?
On that dirt pile, so that's our dirt to deal with there, so.
Yeah, I know it's ours.
Yeah, we'll take care of moving that, and, we've been utilizing some of that stockpile dirt for some county projects.
I saw some's going and there's
Yeah.
some added on.
Well, it's a convenient spot when we're close and not have to run back to the landfill. So yeah, we've been kind of using some material and taking some material. It's kind of a good
That's a good.
location. So that dirt there is kind of more black dirt, so we'll probably, areas that we need some good.
Before you can see into it.
Yeah, so yeah, but at some point we'll get in there and move that dirt around.
You have to flip back to the other. Here's that page for you, Ryan.
All right, thank you. So, and then so with that change order, Kilo did submit a pay app, and so this is just, up for phase 1, kind of getting them up to date on the work that's been done there with the change orders that's taken place. And so I'll just leave this with you guys, be something that we'll need signed off on and we'll need paid out. And then phase 2, there's still a little bit of work to do out there. So I think Garrett's probably going to come down and, we've kind of modified that phase 2 a little bit by backing off on some of the amounts of asphalt out there and some things for now. With some of the other work that we're looking at doing on 20th Road. And so I think, talked with him a little bit this morning, been talking with Saban and just trying to get phase 2 closed out for us. So there'll be another change order with a big deduction on that side of it and just how that process needs to go. And I think Garrett's maybe going to call Angie and try to set up a time to come down and have some discussion and meet with you guys. So.
Okay.
That?
So do they need to make a motion on this, just to pay it, or just pay it?
I mean, they've already okayed all the change orders. I mean,
Okay.
so they've already made motions on everything on what that amount is. So I don't know that we've ever done a motion for just a payout.
No, but my question is, I didn't know what you need me to do. Should we just write what needs to be paid?
I would talk to Garrett,
Okay,
give him a call and just, cause that's kinda his,
gotcha.
I just went ahead and gave it to you guys since it's sent to me.
Okay.
But Garrett's that's kinda his thing there, so he should probably explain that to you better than I can.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Oh, that was a load.
No, it was
He's
enough.
tuned up and
It was
ready.
enough.
do what? You saved it
He's tuned up and ready to go.
It was enough,
They're all
so.
organized, so it went well.
It did.
Yeah. So, alright. Well, guess we'll get ready for
This afternoon.
weather activity this afternoon.
Hopefully it fails.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
We just get some rain.
Yeah.
Some areas haven't had much yet.
No,
Well, that's even working in my garden this weekend and watering that wind. Dries out whatever I watered the night before, and it's blowing like it has been, so.
Yeah.
Take an 85-degree temperature and 30-mile-an-hour wind, it doesn't take long to suck everything dry.
Yep. So, alright, well, I appreciate it.
Thank
Have a good
you.
week.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Angie.
You're welcome, thank you.
sign one more thing down. Wow, look at that, it's 10:15.
Wow.
So we will go with our 10:15 appointment, which is Coffee County Museum Director Shirley Gorge.
That's like right on time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We had it planned that way.
I know.
Hasn't worked out this time.
Rock
Pretty
on.
rarely.
Thank you.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so before I dive in, I wanted to do some highlights. So I'll start with that. Okay, so in 2025, we had 2,500 visitors. We participated in the Sunflower Summer Program, which promotes Kansas attractions to school-age children and families all over Kansas. We're going to be doing that again this year. We had, in 2025, we had 163 people for school tours, including SEC Middle School. And this year, we had 108 for the BS first and second graders. We host the Coffee County Genealogical Society meeting, and Erin has given a virtual tour to the senior citizens from Gridley, and she did a Genealogy 101 at the Rec Center. So I'm very proud of her for branching out and doing that. We're also going to be hosting our first annual Genealogy Discovery Day, June 27th. So I'm hoping that this will be something that we can expand on every year. Okay, our Pioneer Days last year drew 150 plus, and we're going to be doing it again this year, September 19th. We hosted the traveling exhibit all aboard the Orphan Train. We had 56 people just for the presentation alone from Friendship Trail, so that was a wonderful turnout. We are also going to be having K's for Kansas this summer. The traveling exhibit, last time we had it was in 2006. That's going to coincide with our Sunflower Summer program as well. We're also going to be doing museum eyes for the younger children, where they have to find a hidden buffalo throughout the museum to win a prize. We have become a Family Search affiliate library, which allows researchers access to more documents for free. Erin has wrote a lot of articles for the Republican, as well as she wrote one for the Tourism and Living Guide for Coffee County. And she also does This Week in History. We have partnered with the Coffee County newspaper to digitize, we've partnered with the Genealogical Society to digitize the newspapers. So that is now free for access. And we have researched 109, assisted with research for 109. We welcomed 170 genealogical library visitors, assisted in a Combat Air Museum display of Harry Bats. This one is really cool. Okay, so Erin, this is really cool, and I have included it in the very back. Okay, so Erin, because she is amazing with her research, she assisted the retired Kansas Supreme Court Chief Justice for this article. And so he actually credits her and the museum in it, which is neat. But it's about an 1874 Mary Page Wright. She was elected to the Superintendent of Public Instruction in Coffee County. It was challenged by Julius Knoll, who she ran against, and he lost. So it led to the Kansas Supreme Court decision in 1876 that ruled that women were eligible to hold public office in Kansas, because there was no constitutional exclusion of women from such offices, even though women weren't allowed to vote. So this makes it one of the early milestones for women in public service in Kansas. So that's goosebumps. That is so cool. Okay, to the museum part, we fixed finally the 2 windows that had been broken since 2017. So that was wonderful. We found someone who was willing to try to do that. The corners of the church have also been repaired, and the front siding halfway up at the school. We have reworked a new employee handbook that was just approved. We're going to have 3 high school student workers this year. We have replaced the roof of the church, school gazebo, and bell tower. And we are going to have summer hours June, July, and August, so that people that wanna come see the traveling exhibit and all that can. Okay, so now on to the budget. We are asking the same amount as we did last year. Alright, so if we go to my handy dandy budget narrative, right here with all the pretty words, on page 3, I want to draw your attention to the very bottom where it shows repairs and maintenance. Down under HVAC, it was 77.74% decrease. So in 2024, we spent $24,495 in repairs of the HVAC. So I was told to expect that amount, because we do spend a lot of amount on repairs. I don't know what happened last year, but we only spent $5,000, and I'm not complaining. That was wonderful, but I wasn't anticipating that low. So that is one of the reasons why, you know, we had a little bit more. Those monies were put towards capital outlay to do some of our repairs. Then on page 8, for this year, we have an increase of 14.31% in Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I have deducted money from the HVAC, bringing it down to $15,000 projected for repair. So
What was the increase on Blue Cross?
it was 14.31% increase. Now, and I did my own math because I do a trend for the board. And, well, I mean, you can see it here too because I have it broken down. But in 5 years' time, that's a 50.89% increase. So that's $5,246.40 per employee for a 5-year span. And we're not alone. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That is a lot. So I'm really nervous about what they're going to keep doing because they never go down, you know. So, so anyway, so I lowered that HVAC since I had it at $25,000 last year. I put it down to $15,000. And then we're still going to see a little bit of increases for building supplies and things like that, other contractual increases. So far to date, we don't have any HVAC repairs, but since they're projecting such a hot summer, I'm expecting those to be coming once that temperature comes up. So
How old is your system? How old is
on page, look at you, Ashley. On page 26, let's just fast forward a little bit. I have down future HVAC upgrades. So, you know, every year we ask monies into capital outlay and then we put it into a special reserve fund. So under future HVAC upgrade, I actually put down in 2014 a museum tech part and a partial upgrade of the HVAC system. The total cost was $230,000. The county commissioners paid $185,000, while the museum paid $45,000. And so that's when we decided to slowly, you know, get that money so that whenever it comes time, we're going to hopefully have enough in that reserved account to offset it, so that we won't have to come back and ask. And so we do the same thing with like the future roof repair, things like that. So I have like how much we're going to need for, so right here, total roof repair placement for everything would be $64,000. So once I get up to that $64,000, I know that I'm not going to have to come back in and ask for, say, $2,000 every year for it. So that's how that goes. Now, when we did that in 2014, like I said, that was a partial upgrade. It wasn't a full one. Yeah. So that's why last year was unexpected that we only had that little amount for repair. So I was pretty excited about that one. 2027, looking ahead, we're going to have personnel up 3.23. That'll take care of COLA and then a percentage increase for Blue Cross. But I'm thinking I added in a 15% because, like I said, I'm not sure with how much they're going up. The building insurance, I went up 14.19%. The professionals for the auditor, 4.74%. I lowered the repairs and maintenance, again, keeping the HVAC at 15%. So I'm hoping that the offsetting by lowering, I'm lowering the commodities to kind of go into the contractual, so that we can come in and ask for the same amount. So. That's a lot that I just spewed at you. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, a lot of details.
Very good
Yes,
information.
thank you. And like I said, hopefully, if you do have questions, it should all be in there
Yeah,
at
it's
some
very
point.
Oh, it is, it's great.
And if we have any other questions, I guess we know where to find you again.
That's right. Awesome. All right.
Does anybody have any questions, any further questions? Okay.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Have a great rest of your week.
You too.
Okay. Pass this around. It's for Tom's vehicle.
Oh,
Next item on the agenda is 11 o'clock, so we've got some time to do these around, we can work him in.
yeah.
Yeah, you want me to see who was in my office?
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll, got a few things we can sign.
Everything that I've got here will be here. Yeah.
It's not in my office, so I'll check.
I have to read that on a little bit, but thus, wrote. That's right. Here's that stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
That everything?
Yes, sir, as far as that, yeah.
Yes.
These are just some other things I have to sign. Stay on top of it. Looks like we all get to sign this one.
I texted him, but he hasn't responded.
We all get to sign that. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to sign on this one. There's another place on the next page.
Title of CCC representative, signature of CCC representative.
So just one place on here to sign.
Yes,
Just one
yes.
place.
Producer is the one who's, I think, doing the work on the farming house that I'm not doing.
Government forms.
Yeah. I can go pull the previous one just to make sure we're right.
I did receive a letter from the Coffee County Planning Board. More specifically, Heidi, I guess, about the notice to property owners and zoning hearing for the zoning change. Case number ZC 2026-0-01, which Coffee County is the one filing that. Proposing the change in zoning district classification from industrial to agriculture. Up north, 1234
Property
Highway
of the house.
50. Subject 1.65 acres. I believe a notice either has been or will be published in the newspaper. But anyway, it's just the official notification to us. So I guess I need to get this to you, Angie. So.
Okay. You'll need to sign here,
Okay.
and then I'll have to look at that second page again.
All Slide way in.
Yeah.
These all answer you.
Well, I already sent text, so. Well.
Okay, let me just find here. Did you already do these?
Yes.
There you go.
Oh,
You did.
no?
Yeah, so you still got more to do.
I stand corrected.
Sorry about that.
Bring it on.
Thank you.
Not bad.
So maybe next week we'll do checks and vouchers on the 28th, is that correct?
Yes, because it's a short month and
Oh, okay,
that'll give, and we're closed Monday for Memorial.
right, okay,
So
right.
that'll give them a little more time to get everything done.
And that works out better for me, because somehow I gotta get paid by 26.
Everything coming your way will go into that one. I'll try not to skip it.
Pardon me?
I'll try not to skip it.
Okay.
That's Avendroth's job.
Yeah, it is. He's
Yeah,
gone.
it's the skip police, yeah. I'll try to fill in, but it's a hard job to cover.
Big shoes.
Yeah.
Do you should go?
Is it,
I have to have one first.
well,
I have my,
yeah, it's supposed to be straight legal, I guess you would say. I don't know, if you don't have.
Maybe.
Just
Yeah.
ask it.
Okay, so if I have a key drive in, I can probably get in and then go get my permit for it.
Yeah, you just go to City Hall, and I think you got to provide proof of insurance or something. I believe. You can call Becky, for sure. Or they can tell you at City Hall.
Okay.
That City Hall's where they issue the permit.
Yeah.
How long do you need, Wade, for executive session?
Less than 10 minutes.
Guess we'll go ahead and tackle that real quick and finish some.
Have that done, and then we about be one climbed up, except for round table. Get this finished.
Started, what are we doing? Executive session?
Executive session for 9 minutes. You said less than 10, right?
Okay.
Or do you want less than 9?
We always, it seems to always take longer than you think.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me find the motion. And what's it on?
Yeah, what's it regarding?
Non-elected personnel, the majority will be related to a discussion on health protected information.
You refer to that as HIPAA or just out?
I mean, it's job performance and HIPAA, the two sort of coincide.
So we talking about one executive session or two?
One.
Okay.
Okay, got it there.
Okay,
Okay, how long? 9 minutes?
9. I will move to enter into executive session at 12.
Oh, no,
Oh, sorry.
from previous, sorry.
I will move to enter into executive session for 9 minutes to include each of the commissioners and county councilor Wade Bowie II to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel regarding job performance and HIPAA under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319 B1, to resume in the commission chambers at 10:57. No, wait, 10:56, sorry.
I'll make that motion. I'm sorry, I'll second it.
Okay, I made a motion, McCurry second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. All right. All right, it's 10:56. We're back in open session. Wade, do you want to say anything about that executive session?
Yes, no action is being requested as a result of that executive session. As the topic indicated some personal medical type discussion occurred, which is inappropriate to discuss in an open session. However, as a result of that executive session, and after being informed last week, we had a janitorial staff submit their resignation notice to me, which resulted in I need permission to seek applicants, not only for a full-time position, but for a part-time position as well. In addition, I need all employees in the county to be aware we're running on a skeleton crew, and if there's an issue with anything related to the way the grounds are kept, this building, we're all gonna have to pitch in and help. I've indicated that I'm willing to come in and grab a broom and a mop. I'm not the best at probably overall cleaning, but I'll push a broom and a mop if I need to, and I'd encourage anybody else if asked to do the same. So that's really what I have.
Okay. Then we will move on to, we're almost to 11 o'clock. Are you expecting anybody else, Brenda, or?
No.
Or were you expecting anybody?
This is good, yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
better.
Well,
You say less the better.
so we have Brenda Klubeck of Central National Bank. You want to talk to us about Building Code Compliance Inspector. Correct? All right.
Correct, yeah.
All right.
All right. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, well, I was talking to Jenny, and she didn't realize 3 years ago that as bankers and realtors, we had a meeting to talk about having a countywide inspector, and the reason why is for new builds, primarily for me for new builds. If somebody has a home and they want to buy it, they cannot get a certificate of occupancy because we have nobody in the county to do that. So then it makes them jump through other hoops with the builder. And so I thought 3 years ago we would, different commissioners, that something would get going, but nothing has. And so I'd like to see you guys maybe think about it this time around and think about as needed for new builds, primarily having a, inspector that can make sure that it's built to code. There's some new builds here in town that probably needed some oversight if you go look at them. I'm not a builder, but I just have some concern. And I just know for somebody who comes to me and says, hey, I'm going to buy this house from this contractor. I want to go VA. I want to go FHA, which are both government loans. We cannot get a certificate. So we then have to do other options to get them so they can get their loan. So that's why I was coming today, just to let you know that if you could maybe think about maybe having someone for county and go to Waverly, Lebo, Newstrom, Burlington, who did I forget, Lever? But yes, it'd be nice for all these little towns to have somebody to have some oversight. So, any questions?
Other counties, how do they handle that? I mean,
Oh,
smaller
no.
counties. You
I have
any
not
idea?
checked. I have not. Unless Jenny, I have not. A little bit of
Oh,
research.
I'll let her, yeah.
Whenever Brenda brought this up to me a few weeks ago, and like you said, I had heard that was an issue. I'm not a banker or a realtor, but it sounded like at least a conversation to have. If it's a barrier to people getting in new houses, especially. So I did a little bit of research. There are, other cities and counties that
would have, kind of I think what you're talking about would be a building code compliance inspector, kind of that title. So, you know, another city that does something similar, Salina, they have a building and neighborhood services division. They do property maintenance inspections, they respond to citizen concerns, to code violations, so kind of like what our planning and zoning office does. I'm gonna go some more stuff on them. But I know Salina's a lot bigger than any of our specific communities, but that was an example I found. Also, sometimes they'll, other smaller communities will do something that's a regional, so either like a county-wide or even up north, they have North Central Regional Planning Commission provides certified housing inspections for 41 counties. It's a big regional one. I haven't talked to Southeast Regional Planning Commission, which we're part of. I don't think that's a service they're currently providing. I don't know if that's anything they've thought about. So that's something else we could pursue with them if that's ever been an interest for something for them to.
Because we wouldn't have it come up a lot. You know, we don't have a lot of new builds in a year, but
Right.
it'd be good if they could take on Coffee County and just
So-
do it as needed.
That's something I need to talk with Carrie Spoon about, or some different options we could look at if we wanted to do it specifically for Coffee County. You could either just employ someone to do the building code inspections as a county employee. You could contract, I've seen there's like one in Kansas City, I think, that will do contract services on an as-needed basis. I'd have to look at what that cost would be. We could look at an interlocal agreement between the county and, you know, the cities, if that's something that they needed on a, you know, just not a, you know, regular basis, because I'm sure, like you said, it's not something that would come up even every week. If it's something a few times a year that person is needed, maybe we could do some kind of an agreement and a contract. What I want to hear from you guys is, do you want my office to continue to research and have those conversations, or what are your thoughts? So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Because how's it handled now? Because there's new bills going up. I mean,
There is. I have not, the last one I had was a VA. So, the builder had to get, a warranty, a 1-year warranty. I've also had to have a builder get a 10-year warranty one time, so it just depends on, what's required of the guy.
sure.
So the builder can do some things, and then I, the lender, then say that, you know, the builder is reputable and they built it as it should have been built. But that puts risk back on, you know, the builder and the bank. But there's a way to get around the certificate of occupancy, but it would be good to have some oversight on these new builds. I'll just be honest.
I see two things here. We need oversight on the buildings to protect our people that are building in the communities. I think sometimes, like you said, there's some shoddy stuff that happens. But then the other side of it becomes expense. I don't think the county can afford to hire somebody completely, but I like the idea of sharing with either Uniserv or something like that, or to see if maybe we could rent an inspector from Lyon County or something like that.
Having somebody on a contract.
Jenny, you said northwest or northeast.
Yeah, which we're not part of that North Regional Planning Commission, but like I said, I should have talked to Terry, we're part of Southeast Regional Planning Commission.
Is Osage County part of the Northeast?
They're not part of any Regional Planning Commission.
I was curious to know what our surrounding counties do for
Yeah.
something like that, like
Something like that.
Osage, Anderson, and Allentown.
Well, Jenny, you asked before, I mean, myself, I would be in favor, if you're willing and able, to continue pursuing that. You asked if your office should be in charge of this. I know this is a item that Commissioner Huguenin talked about numerous times.
Yeah, he was in this email, yeah.
Upsetting with him that some of the things that happened here in the county, that the way some things got built, and that we needed to find a way to better regulate that.
Yeah, I'm
And I
happy to
agree.
do some more research into, like you guys said, if we could, contract with somebody on an.
As needed,
Right.
yeah,
It's
as
just
needed.
Pretty great.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
don't have a
Reach out
full-time
to
position, you know.
all of our other cities to see if there's an interest.
I was gonna say,
you're in agreement.
You would need to talk to the other cities involved just to make sure that they're on board with something. I mean,
Might be able to do something together.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, when you first talked to me, I had kind of reached out to Heidi, and you filled me in kind of about how it works right now. I don't know if you had any other thoughts or.
It just depends how you guys want to proceed forward. You'd want to have someone that knows that world, is how I would say it. You want to have someone skilled in knowing plumbing and then how it's supposed to be built and all that good stuff, electrical, whatever. And then the only thing I would caution on, if you do decide to do that, when you do look into what you're going to actually implement, look at what it is. Because there's some IBC codes that you're going to force some of your possible residents that are already here to update things. Because there's some in that code that older bills we're okay with, but now that's not okay anymore. So that would be the thing I would just caution on. When you get that far, look at the code itself. Don't just, in my opinion, don't just adopt the whole current IBC code as it is.
Well, I agree, because
that's just something I would
on
just
old
recommend.
bills, I mean, I don't.
There's things in there that I've been told that maybe you don't want a farmer to have to do that now or something.
Would you have some knowledge about that, Heidi, when we got to that point, or?
That's about all the knowledge I would have on it.
I understand, I'm just asking, just looking for all the resources we can get,
That's the only
you know?
knowledge I would have. The only other advice would maybe to have a builder look at it too as well, like have some builders be on the committee when you're going through those regs
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
what their advice is. And of course bankers as well would be good, or realtors might be good as well.
Because right now, I'm not condemning anything that's being done by any means, but right now, there's houses that go up overnight almost in our part of the world up there. And I'm not sure how you're going to, those folks really put up a house fast.
Those situations, I don't think you're gonna catch those ones. And I know which
I
ones you're
guess
talking about.
that's my point, is
I
that
don't
we're
think
not,
you're gonna catch those ones.
it's not gonna be a fix-all for everything.
Correct, exactly.
Don't you agree?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
But it would help your
But it would
bankers,
help,
though,
right.
be able to get the loans they need. It would
Because
help
that's the main
other
thing, is
citizens.
on
For
the
the customers, yes.
on the lending side.
Protect them,
Right.
yes.
It also protects the citizens that were using a builder like Avondroff Builders or whoever else is here in the county. I don't know who else builds homes, but I
Sure.
haven't had one built. But that would also be a protection for them as well,
And I
even
know-
if they're not going through Brenda.
And I know Mike's not here today, but I did have a conversation with him about this, and from what we talked about, he was pro having this conversation as a builder.
Jenny, I'd like to see you pursue it just a little more and see what you can come up with and come up with some different ideas.
That would be great.
Yeah, I do
it's
some
been-
research, and it sounds like the two sides are one, establishing the codes and the regulations for what we want, and the other side would be figuring out how we would do a contract to have the person. So I'm happy to work on that and then report back to you guys with some options.
I would bet Mike would be willing to have some input on that,
Yeah.
especially since he's not here.
Right, you can volunteer.
And one of those things that you might look into is with the other communities in the county, other than the county, see if they're wanting to be a part of that, then there needs to be some cost sharing on this.
And that, you could actually have your borrower, pay for this inspection to get their certificate of occupancy. So part of their closing costs, as long as it's not crazy. But at least if you have somebody available, contracted at the county level,
Right.
they would probably share in that cost or take the cost on to do a VA loan or FHA loan. So.
That'd be another thing to see how it's handled
Right.
elsewhere, I think.
Yes, I would too.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Oh,
I can
question?
tell you, well, not a question,
Oh.
just back when this topic surfaced, Huguenon's the one who spearheaded it and pushed it for a while. I think it got sidetracked because of COVID at the time, and then other extenuating issues. Carl Lee actually put
Yeah,
together
Carl,
a structure.
yes, he's in this, as are you, Wade, in this email, so directed, so. But yes, I would just like us to look into it, yes, because it has been looked at.
Carl Lee actually has a sample, a draft of a a document that covers everything from nuisance, I can't remember if the building code's in it. We had some conversations about, I think, at one point in time, Wade having a sort of a trial run on some of the terminology, because enforcement
Yeah.
and what that looked like was gonna be, where does it go if there's an issue? The second part of that is, I had actually talked to other outside counties and focused on unincorporated areas of the county that have actually some sample language where they, not only on the building side for what you're looking for, but if somebody has somebody go out and they wanna renovate in any way, that they have somebody who has credentials so they don't go and, I think of my late mother who would, if somebody had something on the side of their door and it said they could fix anything, they'd call them and then they'd go in and they'd potentially do more damage than good. So to have somebody in the unincorporated areas of the county is what I was focusing on. So I actually have something from another county that actually was provided to me by that attorney.
Okay.
Nice, so I can get some of that information from you, and I'll talk to Carl.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't know what meetings happened until I ask, so.
No, that's
A lot of these things just kind of got left behind because we were dealing with so many other issues.
Right, and I understand that. We were just,
Yeah.
I asked her
No,
where
I
it was
know. I'm
at,
not
you know,
taking any
it's, you
offense.
know, and so
Yeah.
she said, well, come again and we'll address it, so.
Well, and I was gonna say, smaller cities, I mean, when I was Mayor at Newstrom, we were doing recodification, and there's sections in the city code that address things like that, and for a smaller city, there's no way to enforce any of that or address it, so I know, had talks with Tom Hughman, you know, when he was doing that too, because I know we're not in the same, I mean, we're in the same boat as many other smaller cities.
Right.
And I know in our smaller communities, we just wanna find that balance between, we don't over-regulate, 'cause we want people to have the freedom to, you know, build and have what they want, but also to protect people, so that they don't purchase or get into something not knowing. I'm not a plumber, I would have no idea if I bought a house and something wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Right.
Until 6
Too late.
months and, something bad happens, so.
Yeah, some of them, I know that Tom was concerned with, you know, foundations were terrible. Well, if you don't have a foundation and you've just got, you know,
Problem.
something above, maybe you can fix it if there's a mistake made, but it's really expensive to try to fix foundation and things like that. Basic building components.
Well, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Brenda.
So where we go from here?
Okay.
Thanks very
guys.
much.
You're welcome. Okay.
That wraps up our agenda.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
You too. Thank you, Heidi.
Guess we'll do roundtable. Start with Angie.
Okay. Only thing I have this week is I received a kind of a email from Tammy Wanamaker, I guess is her last name. It looks like it. She's the sponsorship special events coordinator for the Kansas State Fair, and wants to know if counties, they're trying to encourage every county to participate because it's the Kansas State Fair America 250th celebration. So I passed this on to Jenny, and I asked her to stick around for you guys to talk to her about it. But they're wanting, let's see. I think they're putting up banners of some sort, maybe for each county or something. It looks like.
So, from the email, if a county wants to participate, you get a banner, that says, you know, they had some templates, it would be like Coffee County, they would put the banners up around the state fair, and then they're doing, in one of the arenas or something, they're gonna do a giant floor map of the state with each county in there, and then if your county participates, you can bring something to put on your county that represents your industry or something special about your county. So kind of a cool idea. It does cost. They're asking any county that wants to participate would be $250. I guess that's $1 for every year for 250. I don't know.
I guess.
So it sounded kind of cool. I wasn't sure first the cost. I did email Cherie, our chamber director. She was really excited about it, and said if we needed to, the chamber would split the cost with her. So I still need to follow up with her if you guys think it's something we would want to participate in.
Sure.
Okay.
Know any kind of a cost, total cost,
Huh?
total cost?
Is that including the banner?
Yeah, so the $250 would include, they would
$250.
print a banner that says Coffee County, and then we would get to participate in the big giant map display.
I'd say we better,
Yeah, I think we do have a lot of kids that do participate at State Fair and
Oh, yeah.
events and everything. I hate to see a blank and see.
well, it might be a little publicity for us, yeah.
Okay.
And then you guys can come up with something to put on the
On the map.
on the map.
Yeah, I'm sure Shree's very creative. We can come up with something cool to represent our.
I think for $250, I mean, that's,
I think half of that,
do I?
half of that.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about,
Chamber.
chamber may be able to
Yeah.
split it
Yeah.
with it, so.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Alright, I'll work on it.
And then the only other thing is we're closed next Monday for Memorial Day, and so you'll resume regular meeting on Tuesday.
Tuesday, and then checks and vouchers on the 28th.
Yes, on Thursday, the 28th. And that's all I have right now.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you, Jenny.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, I don't think I have anything I wanna bring up at this time.
As I don't either.
Alright. Wade?
I think I can do any damage.
Alright. Todd?
Our CCHA meeting was canceled. Winston-Salem, I didn't get written anything, but are we trying this Friday?
Yeah, every Friday, if I remember, it's 10.
What's that?
Well, this is,
Housing authority.
yeah, me and Todd, and
Oh, okay, okay.
Wade, we're gonna meet with a couple housing authority reps and just
Down at, still down,
I believe so.
housing authority.
I think 10 o'clock's right. Do you remember, Wade?
I'd have to go back.
I'd have to look, I think I got the email, but I just remember seeing one that said it was canceled.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Wanted to change it from the afternoon because it's going into the Memorial Day weekend. Didn't know how that was gonna be, everybody. And the EMS picnic, by the way, is tomorrow. At the hospital. Stacy, when she was here last week, giving the budget request, she reminded us about that, so I think it's 11 to 1.
11 to 1, yeah.
Hospital, okay. Do you have anything else, Todd?
No.
Wade, do you have anything else?
North Property, the appraisal process has kicked off. It's moving behind the scenes. I think they met at some point, I can't remember if the days run together, but at some point last week, and then they're gonna continue to go through and do whatever they do. I can't even tell you what it is they do, because I don't know. But whatever that process looks like, it's ongoing, and hopefully we'll have something presented here within the next several weeks. That's first thing. Second thing, mark your calendar for June 15th, June 1st. Just want to make sure I have the right time, right date. If the time slot is still available, 9:30 in the morning, June 1st, Victoria McGrath plans on appearing by Zoom to talk about the salary market update, answer any questions, kind of talk to you about that process and what it looks like, and then answer any questions. So I'm hoping that there's not anything at 9:30 that day. If there is, then
What day?
June 1st.
We have Midwest Engineers at 9. Presentation on water infrastructure.
I can see if we can bump this to 10.
Okay. Do you want me to put it tentatively for 10?
I just put it down for 10 and then we'll lock it in and I'll let them know.
And how long?
30 minutes.
Just
And
depends
it's
how
for
many
ground.
questions we have.
For salary study.
Yep. Zoom. McGrath introduction of market updates. Salary market update, something to that effect.
Anything else?
That's it for today.
You guys want to discuss any further that request from 244 Recreation, or what do you want
I like to think about it. Well,
to think about it
Yeah.
and revisit it next week?
yeah. I have mixed feelings on it, but that's, need some time to think.
We provide mills through the school or the rec center to do that. I'm glad that they said the smaller amount that they did request.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like Steve, I have mixed feelings on it. We haven't provided anything for the other communities as far as that's concerned.
And that's where I'm coming from, Tom. I mean, it's city, and I know that the county benefits from the lighting and everything, but it's still city.
At least when they did that, I mean, it was, they tried to accommodate, county functions, that would be held at the stadium. or
Like they're
whatever.
saying about the stadium, so.
Even
And
if,
I guess that's where my conflict comes in.
even if it's not 10%, if it's a lesser amount, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I'd be interested in a lesser amount possibly.
And then if you could spread it out, I mean, I just,
That's what I was thinking about, if we could spread it out.
Spread it out
for
like,
3 years,
right.
like they're doing.
right,
And it wouldn't be a big hit,
right.
Yeah, on our budget.
if that's what we do. I like to chew on it a little bit more.
And I would too, Tom. I just,
Okay, anything else? If not, I guess we adjourn at 11:24.
are you gonna be able to have us?
I'll get most of them.
Oh,